Oh. And I'm losing control. Let's text me, actually. Oh, God. Yeah. Staring at the fucking. Hey, Faith. Welcome in. Now, I'm just trying to have a nice little chill mode because there's lots of people that are on live. Jay's on live. Jude was on live. So it's nice and early. How are you, Rab? Oh, God. I was on with Jude now, listening in to you all, and I popped into Jay's there just for a minute. Yeah, fucking. I didn't get out of bed till 7:30 today. No, what I mean is I was in a rush then trying to get the baby's lunch ready and all that. Because I didn't have time to have me smoke, you see. So anyway, you know, it makes me think. Good morning to Jill and Scott, and Fable, and I'm sure there'll be more in. But oh God, on days I had no coffee yet. Now, guys, I don't know why I didn't make a coffee. I made a tea. Yeah, well, I told you. Try avoid coffee for the first 2 hours, if not minimum an hour, but 2 hours max, and then you get the best benefits of coffee. So I usually have 2 teas, and then when I'm about to fall asleep, I go coffee. Let me just turn on all chats. A few things. If today must not be a good day, guys. Whoa! Jesus, I've never seen a bee that big in my life. Fucking hell. He was a killer bee. He was. Jude got some bad news. Which we all get. But you know, these are the other days that we talk about. You know, so his head won't be right. My next door neighbour's van just broke down on the motorway. He texts me. So, I'm just trying to get. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to. I keep saying sorry and all that. For fuck's sake. I just mean I'm trying to keep my mouth shut a bit and listen. Right, hold on a second, guys.
Interactive podcast.
Yes, that building site has a sign outside it saying we take
hotel. Walk past the kitchen and the smell of the food is absolutely fantastic. Great menu, well worth a visit. The White Sands Hotel. If you're looking for somewhere to stay in North County Dublin, why not stay right here? So what do we want to talk about on this latest episode of Opinions Matter? I got a WhatsApp earlier on today from someone who's not a million miles away from me. In fact, he's right there beside me. Yeah. You sent me a WhatsApp earlier on, which I'm going to play. I don't have to play, but I'm going to play it.
No, you're okay to play this. I don't have a problem with
just as a kind of a bit of a scene setter. Have a listen, please, to this WhatsApp that I got from our Jeremy about 11:15 today.
We need to talk about this on the podcast today. Remember I told you about this a couple of weeks ago? Well, it's still going on. So it's, what time is it, 11:05? And I'm just walking across the road to the shop to get a cup of tea. And there's 5, 6, let me just count them, sitting on the wall in building gear from one of the sites. And they're obviously on I don't know, what is it, a mid-morning break or whatever. And I'm just walking past them now. And they're all smoking joints. 2 of them are still actually rolling joints, and the others are smoking a joint. Now, the gas thing is, building site has a sign outside it saying we take, I can't remember because I'm after walking by now, but it says something to the effect of, we take safety seriously. And there's a group of lads who are on a mid-morning break, smoking a joint each, and then going back to work on a building site. Like, am I the only one that thinks that's
I know.
crazy and absolutely reckless? I'd love to mention the name of the builders, very well-known builders. But surely, like, is there no checks on these building sites? It's madness to think that they could just go back into work after doing that. And like, I was saying to you last week or 2 weeks ago when we talked about this, I probably have a moral obligation to contact the foreman of this building site. Like, it's just, I'm walking by them again here, and sorry, it's six blokes sitting on the wall, literally on a break, having a joint, and go back to a building site. That's absolutely crazy.
Now,
We need to talk about it.
okay, we are going to talk about it. So, this was building site in the city centre somewhere.
City centre is good enough for the moment.
And firstly, I have to ask you, how do you know that they were smoking joints as opposed to rolling up cigarettes?
Because walking by, it was like being at I've never been at one, so I wouldn't know, but I would imagine it's what's like at a hash party. It was literally reeking from all of them. It was obvious as well. I know the difference between a joint and a roll-up cigarette. These things were huge joints. Now, I'm shocked by two things, okay? The first thing is, and let's see if anybody has the balls to actually come on and back up their point, because I've been getting abuse since our social media people put this up, an hour and a half ago.
I'm just trying to do something different, guys. A bit of listening and smoking, you know.
I've been getting abuse from people saying, you're nosy bollocks, mind your own business, they're doing no harm. How can anybody with their hand on their heart say that this is not harmful, what's been happening?
Harmful in what way?
Oh my God, you cannot go onto a building site. And we looked up stats on this, by the way. This was done by a company in the UK. They did a survey last year and found that more than a third of construction workers have witnessed a colleague under the influence of drugs on the site. A third of construction workers.
Okay, so these lads were on a break and they were smoking a joint, and then they go back to work. What's the worry here? What's the problem here?
Like,
One joint.
Like that. Keith Rogers, relax there, will you? For fuck's sake, you rat. Okay, Keith, I want you to expand your brain a bit. Amanda, try and get Keith onto the show. Expand your brain a bit, Keith, and explain. Sorry, can we message him actually, see if he can come on? Let's see if you have the intelligence and the balls to back up your point. Okay. Tell me how or why it is safe to be working on a construction site, operating heavy machinery. You could be operating a crane while you're under the influence of cannabis. How can anybody be that fucking stupid that they think that's acceptable? So do you think it is, by the way?
I don't smoke joints.
Please hire me for the job, please.
So I...
Oh, yeah, sorry, and I wanted to say at the start before you don't know what... Yes, I have never smoked cannabis in my life.
I have.
I've never
just
smoked.
never did anything for
You
me.
did it back when you were 18.
Yeah.
You don't remember what it...
No, I remember it did nothing for me.
Okay, it did nothing for you. It does things for other people, or they wouldn't smoke it. Why would you smoke it if it doesn't do anything for you?
Why do people smoke cigarettes? They do nothing for you either.
Well, that's an addiction.
Anyway, so you said in that message that I played that you feel you have moral obligation to report it to the foreman on the building site.
Well, after sending you that message, then you rang me and we were discussing it. And in fairness, you've done a complete 180 because you were saying to me on the phone, maybe you should report them. Because
I never said that.
Ah, you did. You
No,
said.
I did. Don't be quoting something I said when I didn't say it.
Well, what did you say?
I said, so you're going to report... I didn't say I think you should.
I thought that was you saying you should.
No. I don't think you should. No. I think you should mind your own fucking business if you want the honest truth.
Oh, really? Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Okay, supposing...
What's your worry? What do you think is going to happen? What's the risk? What's the danger of this group of lads smoking one spliff on their lunch break?
First of all, that construction company that run that site, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the foreman or the owner of that company or owners would be happy to know that...
I would imagine they're not blind and they probably walk around the site and see them sitting on the wall on their break and probably are fully...
No, I don't believe...
Fully aware of it.
No, I don't believe that for 1 second. Do you believe that a foreman would be aware of that and would turn a blind eye? Would you stop? Sure, I told you they have a sign up that says we take on-site safety very seriously. Okay, let me put this to every single one of you who thinks that this is okay, yeah? Supposing one of those young fellas, and by the way, they were all young. They were all, I'd say, well under 30, okay? So they were young.
Do you mean the smoke of the old, or do you mean the smoke of the dirty stuff? Doesn't matter which one, but you'll feel better. Believe me, once you're up, honestly, I'd rather feel horrible for a while early in the day and then be feel better rather than shit all day, you know what I mean? Oh, wait, oh, okay. Well, I hope it didn't make you... Hope like you didn't go get the whiteys or something like that. But maybe you might be hungry, a bit groggy, you know, I don't know, but don't get turned off it just yet. Yeah, don't get turned off it just yet, Jolene. There's other ways to consume it.
People, yeah? Probably only in the building game a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Supposing one of them is a forklift driver or a crane operator, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And holding a big pallet of bricks or something like that, yeah? And whatever effect smoking a joint has had on them, yeah? They're not as alert. And they end up dropping the pallet from the crane or dropping it from the forklift, and it ends up killing somebody.
That's your worry, that a pallet of bricks is going to fall on your head. Is that what you really? Is this where we're at here?
No, not my head. I'm talking about
somebody's head.
Okay, see, if that's where we're at, okay, that's so you think it's okay?
You are concerned that site safety is being compromised because a few lads on their lunch break were smoking
I shouldn't care
spliffs.
because I'm not on the site. I don't care.
Well, then mind your own business.
But that could be someone's father, somebody's husband working on a site. When you go onto a site, you want to know that the site is safe. And I'm sorry, if you have smoked a joint, you are not safe to operate heavy. Is there a sign anywhere, Adrian, on a building site in Ireland that says, yeah? Is there a sign anywhere on a site, in a building site, that says you should operate this machinery while...
No, that's so stupid.
No, why not? Why not, though?
There just isn't. Our number is 085 825 2626. If you would like to send us a WhatsApp with your opinion on this, 085 825 2626.
And can I just say another thing? And I'm very good at predicting this. During this conversation, I would be very...
This is that podcast, the Opinion Matters podcast I was telling you to listen to. These particular people, we believe, are a bit rotten to the core with the nationalist movement. But they are double dubs. They've been on the radio for 30 years, both of them. So, Jolene, people in the chat will help you your next experience with smoke, but make yourself a cup of coffee or tea, you know. Don't overthink it.
Surprise. I'll give you €100 actually, in fact, Ed. I'll give you €100 my money if we get a construction worker on to admit that he does it. I'll give you €100. Look, I'm gonna, because that's how sure I am. And I want you, because this is a podcast, I don't want people thinking that I'm lying. What am I after pulling out of my wallet?
Oh, it's a €100 note.
€100. I will give you €100 if we have a builder or a construction worker or anybody who works on a site coming on and admit that they've worked on a site while after smoking a joint. Why do I think that we will not get that call?
I don't know, actually.
Come on, don't play silly.
don't.
Don't play silly.
I don't know why you are so sure we won't get one.
Oh, I'm sure enough to give you €100. Why do I think that we won't get one?
Because they won't admit it?
Yes, because they know that they're doing
Jeremy,
wrong.
if these guys sitting outside this building site, if you were able to see them, I'm sure the foreman is able to see them as well. And able to smell.
It's across the road.
Yeah. Well, does he not eat his lunch? Does he not buy his lunch in the same place?
I don't know.
085 825 2626 is our WhatsApp number. If you would like to get in touch with us with your opinion, like Glenn just did.
Look, before I say this, I come down anyone approaching usual advocating this tree about your opinions. But on here, I think, Jeremy, you're a fucking dickhead. Look, out straight, I'm an anti-drug person. I think you're wasting life, whatever, but that's your thing. Like, I'm never gonna sit there and fucking try and get someone sacked or complain because I might have a weed or something. Unless they're not driving, maybe they have a drink or weed on their breath, I don't give a fuck what they do. At the end of the day, you complain about one person, you probably have to sack half the site.
Now, Trevor, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Trevor?
What's the story, boss?
Now, Trevor, Jeremy said in his moral report what he witnessed to the supervisor on the building site. What do you think?
Fuck's sake, Adrian, are you going to make me say it?
Yeah, go
Are
on.
you really going to make me say it?
You agree with
I
Jeremy?
agree with you. Oh, Jesus, no. That's a sour taste. You said I don't have to, but yeah. The lads, they deserve to be sacked, and I've done it in my own company, and I don't feel any sort of badness about it.
You've sacked workers for what?
2 lads smoking joints on break.
And why did you sack them?
Well, exclusively, the reason was they were...
Don't worry, Jordan. They say that to everybody. I see everybody in there, Jono. I remember it happened to me. I got my 50. I was so excited, and then I had to wait. Now Jay's live. Jay's live now. He might have finished by now, but Jay's live. And I want to add this in. Live is not just staring at the camera and smoking. You know, there's lots of shit that you can do in lives. You can do the garden. You can do literature. You can do fucking, you know, go out on walks. You can show people your tools. I don't know, but there's a niche there for everybody, and never be embarrassed about what you're putting up. That's what my missus is afraid to be on camera, guys. Gets me down a bit because I want to share with the world, but some people don't like being on the camera. I just don't give a fuck. Believe me, I've been slagged, I've been bullied, I've been robbed, I've been a crack addict, I've been homeless, I've been horrible situations, and I really don't give a fuck. That's where I get a little bit of empowerment now. So I am. Well, you know, just it could have been just a fat joint. You know, it could have been anything. But if you didn't know the person and you didn't see what they put in it, you know what I mean. Come on, why do that to me? I was enjoying that.
Smoking joints, which is a mind-altering drug. Don't give a fuck how many. Oh, you can have a tolerance. Get the fuck. It's a mind-altering drug, and if they come into my premises and start messing with machineries, what happens if they lose a finger or a hand? You know what I mean?
What if?
Yeah, what if they still ain't getting caught? When they get tested, they ain't getting a fucking cent.
Okay, these lads were having...
Sorry, I just want to add in that Jordan, get around to, oh no, well, if you get a chance, Rob, honestly, that there's hundreds and hundreds of episodes, but they're all about real life issues of the working man in Dublin, families. Just, it's meant to be for the people, of the people, by the people, blah 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 type of radio, and a bit of laughter in there. But fucking, I just want to say, Jordan said about Ireland there should be medical cannabis in Ireland. I don't know why.
Were having a joint at their lunch break, and you sacked them. Sacked them for what reason? Because their work wasn't up to standard?
They were doing illegal substance on the premises. So
that's the issue.
Well, no, it was the main reason was it was a safety violation.
A safety violation? How is smoking a joint a safety violation?
Well, Adrian, what if they have one on the way to work and have it with a coffee, and then after the coffee they have one on the drive from the shop to work? That's two. Then they have one.
Let me ask you.
Hang on, Adrian. Hang on. Sorry, hang on. You're going to ask me a question. I'm going to answer you, right? Then they have one on mid-morning break, and then they have one on their afternoon break. That's like 4 joints in a day.
Okay, my question to you is: had these lads been a danger on in your company? Had they been underperforming or performing their duties in a negligent way? Were they a danger to anybody?
It doesn't matter if they were a danger; they could have been. So therefore, that's the problem for me and my business.
And
let me ask you a question.
What problem were you worried? What problem were you worried they would cause for your business?
Well, as you know, you have a lot of machinery.
No one ever told me when I was growing up and I was running around a teenager, 15, 16. No one ever told me that when you're 36, every day you wake up, you're going to be in agony with your back. I would have thought about it. No one ever told me.
Warehouse. Why would I risk them losing a hand or anything like that and then causing my business to shut down for a few hours while the guards are called in, while the ambulance are and do an investigation is on. That's my business.
Okay, so you believe that these workers were not able to perform to the best of their ability because they'd been smoking joints on their lunch break?
Well, that would be my thing, but also the safety aspect would be a big thing about it, Adrian. But let me ask you a question, Adrian. Do you want a crane operator smoking joints?
I don't think
around 100 feet off the ground with
Trevor,
weight in concrete.
Trevor, I've absolutely no doubt that there are some crane operators that smoke a spliff while they're sitting in their cab.
Right, and let me ask you a question. Do you not think they should be sacked?
I don't think they should be doing it, but I've no doubt they are doing it.
One thing.
I don't think
if he's doing
I don't think a crane operator
mind altering drug, should he be sacked?
Should.
Well, then what's the issue? He should be sacked because it is a mind-altering drug. It is a safety violation. And
I worked in my job as a chronic crackhead for 2 years. Chronic crackhead. And I know I had days off. I was getting pulled into the office all the time. But they had no clue.
building sites in this country alone are, oh, we're so safe. Fuck off, you're not, because you allow this. And it shouldn't be allowed. And if anything, all the fucking people who come on the building sites should be tested. Because at the end of the day, they're using nail guns, they're playing with electricity, they're driving dumpers, trucks, forklifts, teleporters, cranes. Like, these are things that kill people. And
okay, so back to Jeremy's moral. Jeremy feels he has a moral obligation to contact the foreman on that business.
And say, lads, by the way, foreman, do you know that 7 of your staff or whatever are sitting on the wall on their break every day and they're rolling joints? That's all you have to say. Like, the thing is, your attitude towards this is disgusting.
Disgusting.
And you've done a 180 because Trevor's after holding you up against the wall there. A few minutes ago, you said whatever the 7 lads are doing on the wall is their own business, okay? Now, one of those could be a crane driver.
Could be. You don't know that.
Could be a crane driver.
Could be.
Trevor says to you, would you...
Or teachers, you know, we have done, and we close that door. We don't know if they've been up all night cracking it up, or at an orgy, or doing whatever. You know what I mean? We just don't know. I would love, like, I'm gonna have to try to find an employer that will employ me. Obviously, I won't smoke in work, and I won't smoke a spliff outside work. Like, I've always smoked away from work, but like, I'm gonna have to find an employer that won't mind. Like, will I mention it or will I not? Don't know.
Do you think it's high while operating brain?
No, I didn't say that. The question was, do you think it's okay to be a crane operator while you're smoking a spliff in your cab up 100 feet in the air? No, I don't think that's appropriate.
But so you agree that they should be reported?
No, I didn't say that.
You still haven't answered my other question.
Go on, try me again.
If a lad wakes up in the morning, now this is actually verbatim what one of the lads who I sacked told me. He goes, I'm grand, this is all I have, right? He had a joint on the way to work. They'd stop off at Costco, they get a coffee, and then he'd have a joint on the way to work from the shop, and then he'd have a joint on his midday break. That's 3 joints within a work day. You're telling me that's not going to affect them?
I'm asking you, the question that I asked you is, have you seen these guys stoned out of their bicky, not able to perform their duties? And the answer is no, you haven't. You didn't.
You don't see, you're still not getting it. They're taking a mind-altering drug, then working with machinery that will cut their hands clean off.
Okay, all right. Okay, stay there.
On the line.
Stay there for a second. I want to bring in, stay there, Trevor. I'll come back to you in a sec. Craig, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Craig?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good, thanks, Craig. Now, Craig, what did you want to say on this? Trevor and Jeremy both believe that these workers should all be sacked.
Well, experiencing myself, I was a couple of years ago, I was on drugs on the site. If somebody caught me, I wouldn't have blamed them for sacking me either. I was doing cocaine on the job. Waking up in the morning, taking it before I went in, taking it on my lunch break, going to the bathroom, taking it to one walking out in, and like, I was walking, but I wouldn't say I was walking to the best of my abilities, you know what I mean? But like, if I had got caught, I would have been sacked straight away. Like.
Okay, so let me find out then how affected you were. You said you were doing cocaine. You were you should deserve to be sacked. How out of it were you when you were actually working?
I was able to talk and all that, but like I was stuttering all my words. I was like looking. I was able to do the job, jumping, but like, if somebody went back over and looked there, jumping, they'd find some faults with here and there, jumping on the scaffold, jumping, but
So people use the scaffold every day, don't we? And if somebody had put me on that saying, "Well, you're doing drugs," I've done drug tests before I started going into addiction and falling down cocaine and test something. But I think the drug test should be mandatory on the site.
Let me ask you then, working on sites as you obviously have, are many guys taking drugs of whether it be a joint or more serious like you?
Yeah, well, I remember on one of my inspections, there was a full car I was going down to take down to the shop. I ended up sending the bag of cocaine to one of the workers and all five so down in the car, all of us cops.
Right, and then back to work.
Back to work, yeah.
So we were talking.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Outside this building, this building site, but he did see a load of lads smoking a few joints. Trevor was saying if they're smoking one in their mid-morning break, they're smoking one at their lunch break, they're probably smoking one in their afternoon break. Do you think that Jeremy has an obligation to report these builders for smoking joints on their break?
Obviously, a joint is a bit different to cocaine, but he does have a point in the joint because, like I said, if you're driving the crime, you could be swinging stuff over needs. If there's joint in the city as well, don't you? Could let one thing with falling the people walking underneath or cars driving underneath falling the cars. I've seen that before. People dropping scaffolding and pausing and landing on their car in the side now. So you have the fair point he's on to.
Somebody dropped a pallet on top of someone's car.
No, a scaffold fall went through the front windscreen of the car on the panel block here.
And when you were on the bag and you were literally on cocaine when you were on the site, could you do the job as? This may seem like a stupid question, but some people listening will say, "Yeah."
Missed that, guys. I'm sorry. Different. Rather than me chatting all the time.
Would you do the job safely when you were on the bag?
Probably not, no. Not at the full because after I came off, I was still working with them and people noticed his ears changing. He walked up and a lot better or something. So we'll probably say it wasn't the best of the you know.
I can't believe we're actually having this conversation. First of all, I can't believe that you're being so honest. I can't believe that it cost me £100 as well to Adrian. I'll give you that.
We wouldn't.
Thanks for that, Craig. No, but I can't believe your honesty. That literally, I've never, in all the years of interviewing people, we've never spoken to someone who has openly admitted, yes, I was on the bag while I was working on a building site. It's just speechless.
And so, Craig, do you think that Jeremy should report? Because this isn't the first time he's seen this. He's seen this quite a few times. The group of lads smoking joints on their lunch break. Do you think he should report this to the foreman?
Probably I should. Yeah, because it is dangerous out there. Only in December, I was working on the site in the first and a big thing from a young to 24-year-old, I think it was, just before Christmas, and you're in hospital for a week, something you breathe about it. So it could have been something to do with drugs, you don't know, but definitely it could kill somebody.
Okay, now you were in the...
Me included.
You included, right, okay. So you were at one stage at the height of addiction, doing cocaine while you were holding down a job on a building site. How are you now?
I'm off for 2 years now. That's what I'm so open and honest. I learned how to be honest in recovery and talk about how things and bring a reality of how it could kill somebody or how you can kill somebody driving on the road.
Good man.
Been a head jumping.
Good man, fair play to you, fair play. Okay, so Trevor, there's a guy who was that soldier who wore that T-shirt, and he's saying that Jeremy should report to the foreman that these lads are outside smoking joints.
And this lad was scaffolder, was he, Adrian?
Yeah.
You were saying that when you put the scaffolding up, your bosses would check over your work and they were finding problems.
Yeah, and you would find problems there, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, fair play to you for at least admitting it, mate, but you know what, you should have been sacked long before that. You even got to that stage, because you know, someone walking along slips and they fall, and then even a shovel goes out of hand. That's someone dead.
But as you heard, Trevor, he agrees. He should have been back.
Yeah. No, and that's why I said fair play to him. He's owning up to Adrian. But at the end of the day, Adrian, you're the one. You're still haven't answered my question. Like, these lads coming in.
Okay, there is a difference. Sorry, Trevor. Trevor, there is a difference between somebody coked out of their head and smoking a joint. Big difference.
Right. No. See, there you go, Adrian. You're assuming it's a joint. Most people who smoke weed have one the minute they wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? I've had lads, the lads who work for me said they would have one on the way in. They'd have one when they wake up. Before they even leave the gaff, they would have one on the way in to get their coffee. And then after the coffee, they'd have one on the way to the job. I've actually been on sites where I had to go measure up jobs, and I've seen electricians pulling wire through walls with a joint in their mouth, and I just went, nope, I'm out here. I wouldn't work with people like that. They're a hazard. They're a danger. Like, would you want to be living in a place and an electrician wired up here, and you find out he's doing 3-4 joints for the day, and as most of these lads go off at the fucking porta potty and have a joint in there as well, while reading the paper, dumping out a load. You know what I mean? That's not
Okay, so yes is the answer. He has a moral obligation to.
I imagine it'd be a legal obligation as well, if like, you know what I mean? Like, these people are meant to be building office blocks, hospitals, fucking school apartments, whatever, and they're driving some of the heaviest equipment on the planet on the roads, using electrician nail guns around like that, and you say, it's only a joint. You don't know how many they're having. That's the whole issue here. You only see one. They might be having 4 or 5 before the end of the day. And
but Jeremy doesn't know that. Jeremy just sees a group of lads having a joint on their break. That's all he's seeing. He doesn't know how many they've had.
Nobody's going into a site before and not having a joint. And anyone comes in our show, I'll call them a fucking liar and junkie to their head, to their face.
Stay there for a second if you can, please. Our number is 0858 26. Ashley is not happy with me, apparently.
Pretty sure Adrian won't have the take he has if one of the lads was working with his son, and because he was so off his face, he accidentally hurt him and he ended up in hospital. So lackadaisy with his opinion.
It's the Opinions Matter podcast with Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon. A podcast from Ireland with a difference.
Charlene, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Charlene?
Good, thank you.
Now, what did you want to say on this, Charlene?
I think we're kind of going off the beaten track here a little bit. Like, the whole thing is, should Jeremy report it now?
That is the whole thing, yeah.
And I mean, I personally think that I'm sure the people who are managing these lads know what's going on. If someone's having a joint on their break, I highly doubt they're having 4 or 5 more throughout the day. They're probably having one on their lunch break. They might have one when they go home, but that's nobody's business. So that kind of way.
And this was the point that I made to Jeremy earlier on. Jeremy, just because you've spotted these lads smoking their joints on a couple of occasions, because you've mentioned it to me before.
Well, the site is only new. The site is only up about 2 months. It's a brand new site.
But you've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
You've no idea how much they're doing. And the point I made to you earlier on is, if you've spotted it, chances are the foreman of the site has spotted it as well.
I don't believe.
You're not the only person.
No.
You spotted it 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks.
Sorry, Charlene. I don't believe any foreman would knowingly allow building contractors on a site that were high on drugs. There's no way. The job of a building foreman is to make sure that the site is safe. And can you imagine the repercussions? Can you imagine if
It took me all that time to tune to a playing E-chord.
a construction worker dropped a pallet on top of someone and took their leg off, there would be...
Why? Because they smoked a joint?
No, obviously, when I asked someone, are you...
When you're smoking a joint and when you are on, like, Class A drugs, I think if someone's on the site and they're sniffing lines and they're...
But anything in your system, I would imagine when there's an accident on a site...
Big up Mousy, big up everyone in the chat. I'm playing now, I was tuning my guitar there. Trying to get myself in the mood, guys. Let me see if I can do a little something. Whatever you do, don't smoke a joint before work. Or you'll be on the radio. Oh yo. I'll be watching you live later on, Mousy. I've nothing better to do. I've nothing better to be doing.
that the first thing that is done is blood tests are taken from anybody that's involved to make sure that there's no illegal drugs in the system. Can you imagine the repercussions if someone who dropped a pallet and took someone's leg off?
Jeremy, you're making it out that these guys are doing crystal meth on their lunch break.
Who mentioned crystal meth?
They're smoking a joint.
So what about a about? What's that?
They're smoking a joint.
Yes, a mind-altering drug.
They're smoking.
Eve, it's been my number one mission today. When I get off here, I'll do a few shorts. I'll stay live, depending on what people want to do. Mousy, I'll get everybody. I'll share your channel later. But I'll try and definitely get you 12 subs. If I can get 12 people out with 600 people that have sub to me, to sub to you, I will. I just need to put a post out. So, bear with.
By the way, I don't think it's a serious drug. I don't think. Okay, well, let me ask you a question, Charlene. You obviously think I'm overreacting here. If you were getting on a plane today, and just before the plane was about to take off, the pilot said, "Flying down to Lanzarote, it's going to be a lovely flight. I'm nice and relaxed. I just had a joint in terminal." No, don't say, Adrian. What laughing?
It's never going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen. But let me ask the question: how would you?
And by the way, pilots get drug tested.
Why do they get drug tested? Though? Why?
Because they're flat. They are. I know. I understand what they're saying. They're managing heavy machinery and they're flying loads of passengers, and I do understand their point, but I do think, like, high on drugs, I don't think they're high on drugs when you smoke a joint.
But when you are high when you smoke a joint. That's where the expression high came from.
High, but they're not incapable of doing stuff. It's different if you're sitting down and you're smoking joint after joint after joint. You're smoking one joint on your lunch break. You're not high on drugs and can't operate anything.
Do you want to know the funny thing? It's not. I'm not lying, Mousy. I'm going off my head. It looks the banging. It smells the banging. It doesn't taste like anything. Now, am I a grumpy? Like, I swear to God, I got Stardog off the fella down the road and it was better. I don't know why. My head's wrecked over it. Fran, that's how it comes in the packaging. Looks great. I have a video up now, so if you want to take a quick look at it, you might get a better look before I took half it out. But taste isn't there, like. It's called grape gelana. You know what I mean? And I haven't been making fat joints, guys. Now, maybe if I put fucking 1.5 grams in, I put it in the Mighty Medic last night, Mousy, which is around here somewhere. It still didn't taste. Like, I need Cali and I can't afford it. I'm broke. I spent all my money, fuck it.
People do it every day. People, do you know what I mean?
Well, there you go, Trevor. People do it every day and no harm done. They're not incapable of working just because they had a joint.
Fucking crazy.
Sorry, Jolene. Jolene, that's medical though. They dry it out. They give it chemotherapy basically, and they dry it out. That's why people say it ruins the tips. It looks great, smells great, doesn't taste great. You've automatically 50% fucked up my medication. So fuck yous.
They're okay to do it. Are you fucking kidding me? And let me ask Charlene here a question. If you, like, you're assuming these lads are having one joint. What if you found out they were having 2, 3, 4 joints during the whole working day? Would you be bothered? Still say, it's okay. It's not money. It's not really bad. It's not insane.
They probably get 30 minutes on their lunch break. They're not having more than one joint. It's a fact. Like, everyone knows.
Charlene, you're not answering me question. You didn't answer me question. You're dancing around it again, like Adrian just did. If you knew for a fact they were having 3 or 4 during the whole work day, would you have a problem with it?
No, personally, I wouldn't.
Well, there you go. You know what I mean? Charlene, how much weed do you smoke? Come on.
Probably one joint in the evening.
Hey, there you go. Hello, welcome to the conversation.
What's the point you're making?
She's a fucking weed head. Of course she's not going to have a problem with it.
She's a weed head. She has one joint in the evening. Are you having a laugh?
One joint. Look, you're a weed head. You're a weed head.
See you later, enjoy it.
Fucking irresponsible bastards who work on a site. Listen, Charlene, let me ask you a question. I have heavy machinery in my job, right? I have lads working for me, and they came in and told me they had at least 3 joints throughout the working day. Do you think I was right or wrong sacking them?
That's your opinion. I know there's plenty of poor men.
No, Charlene, I asked you a question. I asked for your opinion, Charlene. Come on, tell me, am I right or wrong for sacking them for doing 3 joints while working with machinery on a line where they also have responsibility for the man next to them? Am I right for sacking them?
They obviously don't respect you very much, and I can see why.
No, Charlene, was I right in sacking them? You're still not answering the question.
Well, it's a fact. They don't respect you.
No, Charlene, you're still not answering the question. Come on, sweetheart. Tell me the truth. Come on. Was I right in sacking them, putting the other workers' safety ahead of anyone else, ahead of the little junkies that were standing next to him. Do you think I was right in sacking them, Charlene? Come on.
Are hardly junkies now. They're not on the site smoking crack.
Charlene, I'm getting tumbleweeds here. You're dancing, you're dancing. Come on.
As she said, Trevor, they're hardly junkies if they're smoking.
She has not answered the question, Adrian. She has not said yes or no. Was I right in sacking? All I want is yes or no. Was I right?
No, I don't think so. It's a joint.
So there you go. Thank you. Right now, I was waiting for you to say that. Now, so you're telling me I should value the junkies as much as the lads who respect the job come in and think about the other lads standing next to them? Should I? Is that what you're telling me, Charlene?
She doesn't want you.
Docs, how are you? I hope you and your dad and the kids and all are well. It's midweek. I don't know if you're going to be going out on the bikes today, but I need you to do me a favour if you can. If you can sub up to Eve. Eve's in the chat and we're trying to get her 12 subs today. Now, I mean, take that with a pinch of salt. If you get the time, if you know how to do it, happy days. I know, yeah, Mousy, yeah. I'm trying to get a little bit of craziness going. This is what they speak about us. This is what they speak about all the time.
Using the word junkies to describe people who are smoking some joints. Let me ask you.
I don't give a fuck what she wants, Adrian. Hold on, listen, hang on. She just said I was wrong for sacking people who take mind-altering drugs who could endanger a lad next to them. I shouldn't be using the word junkie. Fuck off, you having a laugh.
Let me ask you, Charlene, as somebody who, by your own admission, smokes one joint in the evening, what effects, if any, does it have on you?
It makes me relax. It makes me chilled. I have children. They go to bed, and you smoke a joint in the evening, you go to bed. Do you know what I mean? You're chilling out at the end of the day. The same way people go home and have a couple of glasses of wine, or they'll go to the pub for a pint or two. It's very similar to that. I wouldn't call myself a junkie now because I smoke joints. I'm not going home and smoking crack cocaine.
Okay, you say it makes you relaxed, and after a hard, stressful day, and that's fine. What if it makes those builders that Jeremy has seen, what if it makes them very relaxed to the point that maybe they can't operate machinery properly?
I feel like if they know that they're going in and they're smoking a joint on their lunch break, they're well aware that they're able to continue doing their job. They wouldn't do it. I personally don't think they would do it if it meant that they were going to cause harm to someone or that they couldn't work their job, basically. I don't think they're going to do it, especially if they're doing it all the time.
Okay, so you don't believe that it has the sort of effect on people that people like Jeremy believe it has?
Personally, no, not weird, no.
No, and I'm not using the word junkie to describe someone who uses cannabis. I think it's the least term for drugs. We did, well, let me ask you another question, Charlene. We did an expose about 2 years ago on this podcast of a hairdressers in North Dublin, near Swords, I think it was. And the girl, this was a customer of the hairdressers that contacted us. And the podcast was huge at the time. And she rang us to say that 2 of the hairdressers in this hair salon were smoking.
See, the thing is, guys, right? I feel a bit high and I look a bit high, right? Now, that's the second joint I've had today. But they ruined it with the taste. I'm not going to give up on that. That's part of the experience. And they took it away from me and charged me. Having a laugh and a joke, I'm going to stick the coffee on now. I've got loads of housework to do. I have to try get in the mood to do it. It's great having fun in the back garden and throwing all the stuff and playing and great and towels everywhere and flip-flops everywhere and hoses going through the house and oh Jesus. But yeah. Yippee. Now here's the thing. I'm that greedy that I might actually buy more weed. Yeah. I know I'm a bastard. I know. But I was supposed to be getting some lovely Stardog, but then the van broke down. So, maybe I'll just tough it out today, but you know. Anyway. You can look them up. Yeah, absolutely. Look them up on Spot. Exactly, Mousy. Exactly. They ruined it. Don't be giving me fancy packaging. I'll show you. Oh, it's in there. It's fucking... It looks like King Kong took a shit. And it's just nuggety, fucking solid, dense, orange, purple, green. Oh. Tastes like shite. Ruining it. Now, I'm going to put the kettle on and I'm going to leave you with the radio, you know, and then people can come and go, you know, this is what I do. I go live, you know, during the day and keep myself entertained, so... Do you want to be entertained? I do, yes, sir, and there's no need to shout.
joints in between. You know, when a hairdresser takes a break after doing a long hairdo, they were going out the back of the hairdressers and smoking a joint. Now, would you be happy to sit in a seat and get your hair either cut or dyed by a girl who literally smoked a joint 5 minutes previous?
Like, personally, my opinion, yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
What? With a scissors in her hand?
I wouldn't mind it. If you're going to a hairdressing, you know the hairdresser and you trust her. I mean, I think having one joint on your break isn't going to harm you.
Well, no, so you'd literally be happy with a woman holding the scissors who cutting around your ear who 5 minutes previous was after smoking a joint. I find that bizarre.
Yeah.
But this lady is speaking from experience, and it doesn't affect your ability to do anything.
It must change in some way, Charlene, because
she just said it makes her relax.
Yeah, but you don't want a hairdresser to be relaxed. You want them to be alert.
You don't want her to be stressed out to bits either.
I would rather my hairdresser be relaxed and stressed and can't get through the day without being relaxed. She could have anxiety, she could have other issues going on. She's smoking a joint on her break. I don't see the harm in it.
Jeez, well, I don't want my hairdresser being anxious either when they have scissors around my ears. Like,
it only takes 10 seconds to do your hair, so it's no big deal. Stay there for a second if you can, please. Let me bring in more of your opinions on this. Our number is 085 825 2626. This is Amanda.
Hey guys, Amanda here. Jeremy, I think it's one of those occasions where you need to just move on with your life. Like, if I worked on the site and I was seeing the lads that I worked with taking, sniffing and doing all those types of things, and I'm supposed to rely on them for safety, yeah, personally I would have an issue because I've got a ball in the game. You know, like, I work there, it could be me injured. You're just a passerby, Jeremy. If you were to ring, the foreman probably laugh at you and tell you to mind your own business. I think it's one of them.
Opinions Matter. With Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon. A daily podcast from Ireland about opinions.
Angela, why are you angry listening to Charlene here?
I actually can't believe what I'm hearing. That, like, oh, it's okay, yeah, go on now. Go out and have a joint on your break. Go on. And go on, sure, have one in the morning before you go to work. And sure, have one at dinner time as well. And, sure, have one then on your 3 o'clock break. And then, like, Charlene, why do you smoke it?
I have a very stressful life, a very stressful job and children at home. And when they go to bed, I don't drink. I don't drink any alcohol. I don't go out. So I smoke a joint in the evening. And I know people that go home and drink a bottle of wine every evening. So I really don't think...
I'm not. No, but the point I'm trying to make is... You smoke it because you're stressed. That's fine. I'm not judging you with that. Because you're stressed, you're at home, your kids are upstairs, you want to sit down, you want to relax, just totally chill out. So you think that's okay for someone on their break, going into work, to smoke a joint so that they can totally chill out and be relaxed on a building site?
With you.
Oh my God, Mike. What planet are you living on?
I know people that are
you want a man to be able to go into a building site. You want a man to go in.
Sorry, hang on, I can't hear both of you. Sorry, Angela, say that again, please.
So you want a man to go into a building site, sit down at a crane or a JCB or a tractor or something like that and just be like, oh yeah, life's great here, life's just fabulous, yeah. No! And Adrian, with you as well. Adrian, after a pint.
Do I drink after a pint?
Do you drive after a pint?
No, I don't, no. Because it's against the law and it's dangerous.
And you still think it's okay, though, for them to sit and have a joint at lunchtime and go back into work?
Because I don't believe, and listening to Charlene, who smokes a joint every night to unwind, to chill out, she doesn't believe, and she's the one who smokes it, who knows the effect it has, she doesn't believe that one joint on your break will have a detrimental effect on somebody's ability to operate machinery or anything like that.
But that's the effect it has on her. I know plenty of people that smoke weed, and I have always said this, it just makes them stupid.
Are you stupid every night, Charlene?
No.
Charlene, that's your opinion. Of course you're going to say that you're not stupid every night. But I can guarantee if you sat next to me and you had a joint and I tried talking to you, you'd be stupid.
I think if you're going home and you're having a bottle of wine for work, you know what I mean?
I don't drink wine. I don't drink like that. I don't drink like that. I was on holidays there 2 weeks ago. I had one drink the whole time. One drink. Okay. I don't see the need for it. If I go out, I might have a few drinks. I might not have a few drinks. But I don't see, if you're going home at night time, and I'm not happy that your kids are there anyway, because what would happen if something happened?
I'm not in the house smoking it. My kids are tucked up in bed asleep. They don't get up. They're
what happens if one of them gets sick?
What
What happens if one of them gets sick in the night and you have to drive somewhere?
Oh, I wouldn't drive them somewhere. My partner would drive them.
Well, your partner's away. I mean, that's a stupid thing. What happens if your partner isn't there? Does he smoke weed too?
Sorry?
Does he smoke? Does your partner smoke weed?
No.
No. Okay, I believe you.
Charlene, just one final question before I let you go. What do you say to the message that came in a moment ago? And it's kind of unrelated to the topic, but it is as well, because you've made the admission. That is the most irresponsible mother I've ever heard on your podcast, admitting publicly to smoking joints while her child is in bed. What do you say to that?
It's not joints, it's one joint in the evening when my kids are in bed. My partner's there. If anything was to happen, that was there. If my partner wasn't at home, I wouldn't smoke it. If I knew my kids were up in bed and the possibility of them getting sick or something happens to them, I wouldn't put them in harm's way. I wouldn't smoke it that night.
So that's fine. That's good to hear. But you're doing that. You wouldn't take that risk.
Irresponsible person.
Yeah. Yet it's okay for the lads outside the building site to smoke a joint.
I don't see the harm in it. If it makes them relax and it gets them through the day, I honestly don't see that. It's different. I think it'd be different if they were going in. And I know people that go in on a Monday morning and they've been out and they haven't even been home and they've been doing God knows what all weekend, but nobody knows. So, you know what I mean? I do think it's very different, like one joint and coming in after being out on a session all weekend and you're absolutely still out of your head.
No, I want to agree with, you'd be surprised with this, I want to agree with Charlene on this. I'm backing you up here, Charles, here we go. Because people look at cannabis and wine differently and people never judge a parent. I have friends who would put the kids to bed like Charlene does and would down a bottle of Dada or a bottle of Merlot when the kids are in bed, and they would never be judged by anybody because alcohol is seen as it's wine o'clock, the kids are in bed, it's wine o'clock, let's have a bottle of Merlot. Yet Charlene is being, no, I don't necessarily agree with what she's been doing, but she's been literally, she's not Kate McCann, like, for God's sake. People are going on like you're Kate McCann, Charlene. You're not going out to restaurants in tapas bars, you're literally smoking.
No, I also am sitting there at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock putting on the dinner and I'm having a glass of wine in front of me, child. That's very acceptable as well. Your kids are seeing you starting on the wine, but that's okay. But for me, when my kids are asleep, when there's another responsible adult in the house looking after it, if anything was to go wrong, but it's not okay if I smoke one joint in the evening before I go to bed. That is not right.
Say there, I'm going to let you go in a second, Charlene, but I've been asked to play this message for you from Martin. Just have a listen to this and I'll get your response to it in a sec.
Lads, can't come on today. Just listening. Fucking that woman there that says she smokes weed when her kids are in bed, she'd want her fucking kids took off her. Absolutely fucking unfit mother. She might think it's all fucking fine and dandy now, but the kids will grow up and they'll fucking smell it and they'll know what it is and they'll start smoking it too. What an absolute fucker. She'd want her kids took off her. Absolute. Oh, stop. I'm going to stop now, lads, because I'm really fucking bothered about that.
Now, do you want to respond to that?
The same person who probably goes home and has a few pints or goes to the pub and, you know what I mean, leaves the wife at home with the kids. That's the same kind of mentality that these people have, where you can't go home and they're going to go home and have a drink. Or they're going to go out to the pub.
I agree with you, Charlene. I can't understand how things are like that. It's almost like, and I hear friends of mine talking about it like it's a badge of honour, saying, oh, God, geez, I only managed 3/4 of that bottle of Merlot last night. I'll finish off the rest with dinner. I mean, I don't agree with what you're doing, but I don't see any difference between that and the wine mammies.
Sorry, Angela, you're trying to get back in there. Go on.
Can I ask you, do you go down to the local offie to get your weed?
No.
No, where'd you get it? Off a drug dealer?
Off a friend of mine, yeah.
Yeah, who's a drug dealer?
Well, I mean, it's a drug dealer who just sells weed. He doesn't supply every Tom, Dick and Harry with bags of coke. But yeah.
Is it an illegal drug?
It's an illegal drug, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, there you go. There's your answer. You're doing illegal drugs with your kids downstairs.
No, my kids are not downstairs. My kids are upstairs in bed.
You're downstairs. You're downstairs. You're very responsible doing illegal drugs downstairs while your kids are asleep.
So smoking one
very responsible.
When there's a responsible parent.
I don't care.
Angela, can I ask you a question? Have you ever smoked a joint?
No, I took one pull of weed and it made me so sick.
Okay, but you you've no idea the effect, if any, that smoking a joint
it made me so sick.
made you
It
so
made me
sick.
so sick.
Made you so sick.
So sick.
You, not
Yeah.
Charlene.
Well, you're backing up my point, Adrian. You're actually backing up my point.
How?
Because as I said, it made me sick. It didn't her. So who's not to say that the 6 lads on the construction site aren't stoned off their heads?
Stay there for a second, because I want to read out this message that's just come in to us, and it says, if you read this out, guys, just don't say my name. I know it's different, but I used to work with a pub owner stroke manager who used to smoke joints during work hours. He used to always be high as a kite and deal and work with the public. He even had staff members smoke joints and do coke on their work shifts with no consequences. It was unworkable with some of these people, says that message. Now, Darren, you're on Opinions Matter. How are you, Darren?
No bother on me, Adrian. And come here, Jeremy.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm going to roll up Caddy's finest joint and mail it to you in the post.
You're so brave. That's so brave.
Because you need to have a joint of that uptight.
Now, that's probably true. I'm not going to argue with you on that. People have said this to me before, that if ever someone should take cannabis, he should be me, because I'm very uptight. But are you under the influence of cannabis at the moment?
At the moment? No, it's probably worn off by now, I'd say, since this morning.
But no, I can't remember what you do. What do you do? Pluck chickens or something? What job do you do?
Pluck chickens, yeah, exactly.
We're all going to need to go onto Jude's live now, saying we're all feeling shit at the radio, or telling us we're bastards and bad parents.
Exactly what I do. I pluck chickens, Jeremy, yeah?
I don't know what job you do. Would you work with machinery, do you?
Cheers.
I work with machinery, yeah.
Okay, you milk cows or whatever the case may be.
No, he's in a breaker's yard.
A what?
A breaker's yard.
Oh,
Is that right, Darren?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're working with heavy machinery while you're stoned?
Yep, not a bother.
Not a bother.
Lovely.
But Jeremy, the way you're talking there, the whole podcast, you're putting cannabis on the same par with heroin. No. You must think when someone smokes a joint that they're comatose, they can't move.
Well, Darren, the joint you smoke must have damaged your ears, because I've literally said continuously during this podcast that I wouldn't compare cocaine to cannabis. I also said to that girl Charlene, who was on a few minutes ago, who's been ripped apart by people, that I don't see anything different between her smoking a joint and people drinking a bottle of Malbec either. So I'm not...
Yeah, I tell you what the difference is, Jeremy. The only reason why people aren't going mad over the wine and are going mad over cannabis is the word illegal. That's the only reason.
No, it's not. That's
yes,
not,
it is,
not,
Jeremy.
Angela
said it there herself.
It was Angela's issue only 2 minutes ago with Charlene, that it was illegal. So, Darren, let me ask you then. So you're somebody who would have a joint before your workday begins, okay? And you're working with heavy machinery, just like some of the lads on the building site that Jeremy's talking about. Are you fully capable of doing your job in a safe way?
Well, I'm here 15 years, Adrian. I have never had an accident. I have never let cars fall. I've never hit someone with a forklift. I've never let anything happen. So, the people who think that you smoke a joint and you can't do that are idiots.
Okay.
And Jeremy was saying there about the hairdresser. Would you let a hairdresser near you after smoking a joint with scissors? What do you think she's going to do with that scissors, Jeremy, after smoking a joint? She doesn't have to take and fucking crystal meth.
Dan, can I say something to you? And I don't often advocate the use of drugs, but you need to double your intake of cannabis, because you're wound up like a grandfather clock. Cannabis is supposed to make you stress-free and relaxed. You're never stress-free and relaxed.
Jeremy, that's not because I'm talking to you, because you're winding me up.
No, my suggestion would be to you that you've smoked so much weed that it's literally no effect on you, that you can't even be calm after a joint. But you agree, Angela? He's literally the most...
Absolutely. Like, you see, this is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's coming on saying, oh, you know, it doesn't have any effect on me. It doesn't have this. Yet they're all smoking it. Why are you wasting your money on it,
oh, my God.
But what
There's a big difference. There's a big difference between... like, someone who's smoking for 15 years will obviously get stoned, but they're not going to get stoned to the point where they can't do anything. Whereas someone is smoking for the first time, we'll say, and I give them a big joint, they'll be on their ear because they haven't smoked as much.
I was very sick on it, and I was horrendously sick, and I just took one pull of it, right? Now, but what I'm saying, Darren, is if this doesn't affect your daily life, right? Why are you doing it?
It doesn't affect my daily life physically. It obviously makes me stoned and relaxed. but not to the point where I can't do anything. That's what I'm saying. I guarantee you, Angela.
Can't do anything.
Can I just say something to you first?
Yeah.
Hey baby, I love you. I'm doing the housework, I swear. I was just talking to some friends and having an energy drink. Love you, I hope you're having a great day. What happened? My missus is in there, guys. What happened? I'll let you cut my hair. Why? What happened? What happened? Did you cut the... Do you not want me to cut your hair? Do you want me to cut your hair? Is that what you're saying? I've seen someone else new in there. How are you, Jay? Security breach series. What's happening, fella? Lovely docs for doing that. What happened, Bubs? Let me know. I was just listening to the radio there. I missed you. You'll have to let me know. I was trying not to bore the people. The followers. We got followers up in here. I can be like, you know, if the police ever stop me or something, you know, just some sort of matter. I'll be like, hey, you! Just with some convictions. I have a community, you know, and we wouldn't be happy with what you were doing. Now pick up your rubbish, you road man. And then he'd be like that, no, run quick. To your radio about cutting the hair. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yes, we're just listening to radio here, Babs. I miss you and I love you. Yeah, when am I getting it finished exactly? I'm going bald. I'm going bald right there in the middle. See? Because it's where I always scratch myself, because I used to do crack a lot, you see. See, what I do is, I'll let you know. If you see you're having your breakfast now, I'll stop eating. Because what I do is I get my nail, this one, or any one, and I find a bump on my head, yeah, and then I go at it like a fucking cunt until it bleeds, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a little fucking, and then I do it up and up like that, like a little cross sign, and I have loads of them on my head, and that one in particular there. So my little joint, or my little crack days, have round up the hair days, yeah? But it'll be all good. So anyway, I might roll another one, because I'm feeling good now. Now I am doing the housework, I'm looking after the kiddies, I'm looking after the doggies. I've got plates and cups to do, I know. The babies are here. Hello, gorgeous. I know you're resting. I know. They're there, look, they're safe. They're the two girls, look, two girls stick together. That's a boy. And here's my little baby. Here's my little baby. Such a good mum. You've been such a good mama. You don't get any time to play or anything anymore, I know. Beautiful. You're beautiful. You know that? You literally are so beautiful. Oh, your baby. Beautiful baby. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, Babs. Someone pointed out my arms. It's Jay, I see you in there. Conan, I see you in there. Yeah, Edward Scissorhands. Babe, there's no wax in it at this minute in time, alright? Anyway, let's finish the radio station and then I might figure out what I'm gonna do. Babs, oh, you're in work, obviously, so, yeah. Obviously, oh, you're on your break. That's what you're... Jesus! Fuck, I didn't realise it was 12 o'clock, guys. I thought it was about 10:30.
You were saying there about people smoking on lunch. I guarantee you, if you're in your job and one of your colleagues said to you, "Go on, we'll go to the pub here for a quick pint on our lunch," you'd be laughing and joking about it.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, of course you would.
I don't drink like that, Darren. It doesn't cost me a thought. I had to drink.
Angela, if I were to say to you that before we recorded today's podcast, I had a glass of wine downstairs.
You wouldn't bat an eyelid.
You wouldn't bat an eyelid. You literally wouldn't.
I would, because I turn around and say, yeah, but the difference being, you're going to be driving then. Are you?
No, if I said to you before we started recording today's podcast, I had a glass of wine downstairs here in the hotel. Forget about driving, just that I'm sitting here and
people be laughing and joking about it.
Yeah,
No, but you know what the biggest difference is?
And you know why? Because it's legal.
Darren, let me finish. The heaviest machinery that you'll be working with is opening the door into the office. Into the studio with Adrian. You're not going to be working machinery. You're not putting people's lives at stake.
Where Darren is.
I can drive forklifts. I can drive forklifts and diggers better than most people sober when I'm stoned.
There you go. So in answer to our question, Angela, should Jeremy report these?
I certainly would.
Okay, he should report these workers.
And you know what? I actually wouldn't even go to the foreman because he probably knows about it. I go straight to the health and safety authorities.
Okay, and Darren, should Jeremy report these lads?
If he's reporting down to him, we go around to every site around Dublin and report everyone down for doing drugs.
And report you while you're at it because you admitted doing it as well. So there you are, Jeremy, another one on your list.
Does your boss know about it? Does your boss know, Dazzler?
Well, he knows I smoke it, yeah.
But does he know you smoke it on his time?
Well, let's just say he wouldn't notice because it doesn't affect my job in any way at all, or my work ethic. I work more stoned than most people do sober, so I don't really care what anyone says.
You stop making up statistics off the top of your head.
That's not a statistic, that's a fact.
No, sorry, Amanda has said that there's a photograph of you on Facebook, your profile picture, and you have a chainsaw in your hand. You're cutting a tree. Is that?
Oh yes, I do that in my spare time. I also use chainsaw stone on my head as well.
Is that you joking, or is that actually the truth?
That's the truth.
You've operated a chainsaw just to fucking...
I cut and sell timber, firewood. I'm always cutting trees up. I've never had an accident. I've never had anything happen to me. Touch wood.
The Westmeath Chainsaw Massacre. That's what's going to be in the news now.
No, Meath.
Oh, sorry, Meath. The Meath Chainsaw Massacre.
Darren, good to talk to you as always. Thanks very much, Lee, for your honesty. And let me bring in one final message from David.
Hey Adrian, great show as usual, and you too, Jeremy. Just Charlene there. Trevor got to the end of it. She's a bit of a weed head, but she's sitting at home with her kids in bed and she's getting high. What sort of a bleeding parent are you? Honest to God.
I'm surprised actually, Jeremy, that you were so calm.
Is this how people feel about me? Is this how the world feels about me? I'm a stay-at-home dad and I'm smoking weed and they think I'm a bad dad. I'm going to have another coffee as well with Jelena. I didn't know it was 12 o'clock. I didn't know. I thought it was about 10:30. Oh well. I didn't take my antidepressant last night. Yeah, I know. Maybe that's why I'm a bit weird today. Now my Ganji's outside. You know, the Ganji. Now there's a few bits and bobs to be done around here, but I might need a little... That's a pick-me-up, by the way. Sorry. And they're just jealous. Yeah. Conan, everybody that's been loads of people in here, you know, I'm having fun, guys. This is me having fun. Yes, I just bleached down the sinks. I found out, guys, it wasn't the bin. Guys, it wasn't the bin, it's here. Putting all the food scraps down there, scraping or anything that's going down there. It's stinking. The smell of it nearly tore my stomach. Ah! Sorry, Nala. I'm sorry, baby. Oh, fuck's sake. I spilled coffee on the cat. No, I'm not joking. I actually spilled coffee on the cat. Scalding coffee, by the way. She doesn't look happy. I'm sorry, Nala. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. You have to forgive me. We were having a good moment there. Right now. Now, yeah. Let's go out and have a little chat now. I'll probably bore myself sometimes. But what can you do when you live in a fucking shoe? Right now. Fucking sell a 3-5 for 50 quid. And I'm buying an actual tasty bag of wedding cake. Nala, you can't come in here. There's dogs in here. What are you doing? There's dogs there. Here, I'll let you out. You shouldn't be out here. She's just sitting there. You can't come in here. You have to. I feel bad on her now. What? She's old. This is her space. Go on, get. Go on, get. Go on, get in there. You can always go out the window. Can't be in here, babe. Sorry. So sorry. Love you. There she is. Look. She's like, why you leave me? I'm so sorry. Stop being so beautiful, please. She's like, yeah, shut up, you. You're not always shining that. Plug and then pull the plug shut, sort it out. We fill the sink up with the plug in, and then I was in for a like good flush. I should try it, yeah. It stinks, bro. They told me stomach there. We haven't been able to figure it out. We thought it was the bin, but I clean the bin every day, like, because it fills up. And so it couldn't have been. Now I have to text my neighbour because apparently, oh fuck, it's cold. Hold on a minute. What? It's 10 degrees colder than it was yesterday. Fuck that. Don't touch the cat. Oh man. Warm water, definitely. How's everybody now? I like having a chat, you know. So sometimes when I just waffle, I think that people get bored, you know. That's what I'm trying to explain to Jay. And people like that are new, John, Jordan, like I'm new. Like, well, I've done loads of lives. I've done loads of fucking lives. I mean, lives are pretty easy to do. But being comfortable while you do it is different. Which papers will I use? There's two different types of papers. And will it make a difference? Probably not. I'll use one of this. Nah, fuck off. I'll use one of these. I'll use one of these white ones. Jesus, that's windy. What's going on? Yesterday was fucking amazing. Today it's like October. Hottest day of the year yesterday, officially the hottest day of the year. 33.6 somewhere. I don't know where that was, but it was 33.6 somewhere yesterday in the UK. The little one's not being collected up early from school, I'm pretty sure. I think she's having an full day today. Right, now, can I just have a joint in peace, please, without the wind blowing and the fucking... something going on. A lot of tobacco. Right, so anyway, we have a little chin while, guys, if there's people still in, if you have the time. If not, if people aren't in, I'll end me live, but I'm lucky enough that people to be in, you know. You can fill me in on your week, you know, on your day, you know, things you have to do the weekend, whatever. Right, now, let's get a bit of bleeding something into something. Fuck that. Now, right, I'll take out a nug and I'll show you something, you know. I think, Hammy, you should go with this as well. It looks great. Don't take my advice on it. Like, you know what I mean? What do I know now at this stage? I've tried loads of them. They're all fucking very fucking similar, if I'm honest. But, now, I have to be able to get stoned off that. If I'm not getting stoned off that, then I'm giving up weed. Sure. It's a lovely little nug. It's a lovely little nuggie. Right, let's go. Let's get this into us. They see me rolling the joints. Trying to stop me rolling the joint. Trying to call me about that. Trying to call me about that. They see me rolling. They hating. That's not a lot. That's not enough. Because I'm thinking for flavour wise, you know. I'm just a medicating person, okay? It fucking smells beautiful and it looks amazing. Like, I have another video up, you should look at it. It's called Grape Gelana, and look at the batch on it, Hammy. Look at the batch on it. Never seen that before. March 2026, so it's brand new, just landed, I'd say, you know. And it's $6.50 a gram. You know, they might put it up higher. It smells of something, I just don't know what it smells of. Back! I was talking to the wind. That's how deranged I am. I was talking to the wind. Are you serious, man? You're just up in here talking to the wind and shit? Yeah. Yeah, I tend to do that. Yep. Dee-dee-da-dum, da-da-dum. Just trying to get a bit of flow in it there. Stick her up there. Like, yeah, Hammy, don't take my... I've been complaining about it. Don't. I've only been complaining about it because I can't taste it. Maybe I should just give up on the taste and just deal with the high. I got a bit high when I went in there and had a chat with you and all that, so... Whatever. Starry night, the pipes, and we're calling. Was it me? Was it you? Who done that massive poo? Sorry guys. I run away with it. I told you, when you get highly medicated all the time, music just comes into your head and it's a beautiful thing. It's better than kill yourself thoughts. So I tend to sing a lot and shout and shit, and it's fun. If I have to meet the devil again, I will. But it'll be on my fucking terms. You can't. Get her shut. Get her closed. Like a spare shop, that what that was. Was it me you're looking for? True fact. Guy, what's happening? Made a meal of that, didn't I? Right here, give me a bit of 5, 6 months reading. A cup of tea here. Cup of coffee actually. Ooh. Right now, let's get this conversation flowing. Let's get the conversation. People are gonna say, Finn, will you stop doing that, like? You just got back from hospital. What happened, first of all, and are you okay? That's what we need to know straight off the bat. No, I can't really play it. I just tuned it actually. nose hairs. Jolene, my fucking hell. Don't make me blush now. Excuse me. Oh, Scott, no problem. Good name. Oh shit, yeah, sorry, I thought you meant. What else have we got up here? Who else have we got? Jono Crypto still in here. Jono, how are the kids? Did you do the school run today? Because I drink too much and I fuck my liver up. Everything I ate kept throwing up. Oh, my missus has a little bit of an issue like now. Hers was not Crohn's. Hers was something else. And it was coming up. It was blue. It was electric blue. It was coming up from my gut like it was horrible. So please lay off the drink, please. I know it's hard, but try and embrace cannabis. Try and embrace it. Just say that's it. That's the one thing I can consume and live a prosperous life. Well, whatever. Ah, yeah. They're not off till the 18th of July, guys. The 18th of July. 2 times a month, Jolene. There you go. I think Bernie came in here as well. Bernie said she has two drinks on a Saturday. That's all she ever has. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. People can just use it. You look forward to it. You have a little drinky poo, movie night, whatever. I cursed myself. As I said to anyone who asked me, I says, yeah, I can have a pint. But I says, when I have 3 and 4, I says, my body kicks in, the allergy to your body kicks in, and all my brain wants is crack. And it's horrible to do that to people when you're out with them, because you're like, I want to enjoy the conversation. I'm cold, God, please. Is it the one further down? Yeah. Here we go. Suck my dick. It does, yeah. Well, no, but you know what? Just, I think being drunk, where you've drank too much, I don't think anyone has a good time. Like, you're falling around the place. You are, like, when you get too drunk, you're stumbling, you're fucking hungry, you don't know what you want. Do you know what I mean? The only time it's good is when you have a bag of Coke in your pocket. You go into that Jack's, take out a €2 coin, or you know what I mean. And I used to be a greedy cunt. Like there used to be a big mountain on the fuck. None of this little side of the edge bollocks. You 3 of them into you, boom, boom, boom. 2 on the right, 1 on the left, and you go out and you're not pissed no more. Tell you that. Even if it's shit Coke, you're not pissed no more. Oh God, that's fucking beautiful. No, that's not me, that's Nescafe, that. Lovely, John. I love it. You know, I honestly did. I got you confused with a guy. When I first got to know you, there was a fella, David. And he just come in here and show me love. But he's a heavy drinker. It was on his page, on his live, drinking the whiskey and the vodka and all that. He's heavy on it. And it can be just as bad as any disease, you know, especially when you're swigging out of bottles. That's what I did. To get level enough so I could do me crack and enjoy it, I had to neck whiskey. You know, so my body would relax a bit, my heart rate would, you know what I mean? So am I, Jolene. I am as well. I drink. My ma said to me when she came over and visited me last year, she said, I've never seen someone drink as many cups of tea. I says, I must have 20 a day, I must. What's up? Good. Ash, Chris and Asher, what's happening? Welcome in. I did try share your page, you know. Thank you for showing me some love and support. Just having a chin wag and my 3rd joint of the day. This one goes out to Chris and Asho. Even though it sounds like hell. Keep on doing you. I hope you grow old together. Keep up the fight. Even on those lonely nights, when two become one. And that's bullshit, sorry, I made that up. I get the feel for it because I have it in my arms a bit more, practicing the different chords and all that, you know, but I'm still kind of strumming the same way. But once I learn to pluck chords, pick chords or whatever, rather than strum, you know, it's really interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Now Dublin got knocked out with the All Ireland finals, I believe. Not in the hurling, in the football, I know. Strum first, trust me. Trust me, right? You know? Trying to play around with the bottom ones and the top, you know? And then over to a I don't think that's right. Hold on, guys. No. Because I don't play the top two, you see, on that one. I think this is D. I think this is D. Alright. Alright. Oh, it's not A, is it? Hold on a minute, am I doing this wrong? It's meant to be an ASUS, is it? I was doing it wrong, sorry. So, yeah, we're just thank you for your feedback, by the way. You know, I like that. You know, rather than someone say, when was the last time you done a big fat 8-ball flake, bro? Shut your face. Have you ever tried to wash it up? Yeah? Try that. Washing it up is addictive. It's an addictive thing in itself. What do you mean you can get addicted to washing up? Yeah, you can. Yeah. ADGF. Well, I've got a little riddle to learn me. I'll show you. See, well, I don't need to show you, but I have one. It's Elliot 8 Dynamite Goodbye. Oh no, Goodbye Elliot. So EADGBE. Would I be right? Maybe I'm wrong. But when I'm wrong, I'm right. I have to have a shower in the world, guys. Been chatting for ages. Don't mind. Fuck it. See now it's getting to the bit where I'm not enjoying it because it doesn't taste as nice as when I lit. Stupid bastard thing. Nice one. This is, honest to God, I just threw this. This is like, I do put a bit of effort into it. I do have wax and stuff now. Need to buy more. And I'm going for the old slick back and all that, but I actually didn't do it today. Just fucking, you know what I mean, brought the little one over to fucking, what's it called, preschool. They call it preschool over here. What do we call it again? Baby school. Fucking infant school. Infant class, whatever. And Montessori's and all. Never heard any of that. excuse me. Thank you very much for your compliments. It's hard in this day and age for men to take compliments, and I will take it. I did get me a haircut. It cost me 25 quid, the bastard. They know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. They think I'm stupid. They think we're all stupid. They have it at £21. Now you can't get 25 quid out of the machine. You can only get 30. So you look like a cheap bastard going, give us £8 back and have the little £2. So they know you're going to give the extra 5. So you pay 25 a haircut, robbing bastards. 50 quid it cost me. For 2 of us. Try and keep the course first. Very good, yeah, absolutely. Now the fellow who's teaching me wants me to put this down. He says you'll be able to do more faster if you learn how to just play without it. I'm learning what to show you. I'm trying it. I keep catching my nail on the way back up. So I'm trying to get used to this. Well, my battery's going dead anyway, guys. I want all of us to try and watch Derek Mousey's channel today if we can. He's going out. I don't know what the weather's like there. It's fucking. We might have got what you's had. You know. Close that. Give me a bit of privacy, will you? And well, thank you, Chris and Asho, for always showing me some love, commenting, coming in from all the way up. Please sub up to. You probably already have, but sub up to Straight Out Balliar's channel, will you? Come in and say hello. Don't be afraid to Chris and Asho. He's the one who got me onto YouTube. He's a dub. He's from Balliar. You probably have been. Maybe you have been already. I missed it myself, Jono. He said in about an hour, and that was probably about half an hour ago. He's probably going live at 12:30. I swear to God, or 1. I swear. But I have notifications on, so. Just have to have a shower. Have a shower and tidy gaff, guys. That's all. I'm trying to feel chill and relax. I'm eager for my pay to come, and then I know when my pay comes, I'm going to be disappointed because it's going to be gone within 2 days. And I know that's eating away at me, but I want to have fun with my missus. If she wants to do a date night tonight, I don't think she does because we don't have the kids this weekend. She want to keep the money for then. You know, but when I'm doing lights and I'm chilling, talking to you, smoking and all, she's in there by herself. Take it easy. Oh, I haven't had a roll. I swear to God, guys, I haven't had a roll, anything on a roll, in fucking months and months and months. If not years, bro. There's never any rolls. And there's never anything to put in the fucking rolls. I'd love a fucking roll. Just even one with bacon on it. Not even a chicken fillet. They want to see the new Jurassic Park. Brilliant. Yeah, the kids love that. You know, like last night, I had to put the phone down now yesterday for about 2 hours. I was in the garden. It got ruined in the end, but well. I was in the pool and I had a good time, you know. Sometimes I have to. Sometimes I have to. This is my time now. So after this, I put it down. I go in, do a few bits, have me shower, blah, blah, blah. Get one in then before she gets picked up. But I have to kind of not. That's all I have. I don't know where I'm getting the money. I don't know who I'm picking up off. It's not that type of month. Some months I'm on swag, some months I'm not, guys. Exactly, John. You just sit there and have a little token, even without, but you might still have some left. Have a little token, you know. Fucking out, you know. I wish I had a fucking mate. You see, we're all dads now. It's weird. Do you want to go see a movie? It's like, what, you gay? You're trying to come out? It's like, I just want to get stoned and go and fucking have a chat and watch a movie. But yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna have to go in. I have to spend some time, guys, and put notifications. I did yesterday, do a bit. I did. I added a good few people yesterday. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? And Jill and Rab, you know, maybe he's retired now and he's around the house. Like I go in now, I do sometimes get some good comfort out of being at home, putting the kettle on, putting the music on, you know, doing some shit. Sometimes I do, sometimes it's a pain in the arse, but a part of life is being at home. And I've never was ever comfortable at home, and now I like being at home, thanks. And Medicaid is nice. Have friends, haven't shut the fuck up talking, as I said. You know. But what would I be doing if I wasn't doing this? Like, do you know what I mean? Would I be on porn sites? Would I be fucking in bed? Would I be, you know, on the sofa doom scrolling? I don't know. You know. I'll listen to Mousy then when I do a few bits and bobs. You know what I was going to? This day ran away with me, guys. Because I didn't realise it was 12, and then I was going to, before I had a smoke up, guys, I was going to have a fucking movie. I was going to stick on a movie which isn't chill, you know, like we used to when you're a bit younger, in mid-20s, where you just go on walk time, not leaving the gaff, feet up, not moving. That's what I thought for a few. It doesn't happen like that. I was fucking 2 hours away, the baby's going to be back again. Fable, I hope you're well. I'll get you back on. I'll keep doing Jude tells you all this every day. I actually don't do what Jude says. I barely ever do shorts. I do some. But the more shorts you do, the more people are likely to add, whatever. But, you know, just... I want you to try and do something. If you know, my own brother was going through a heartache not too long ago. He still is, probably. And I told him one of the biggest things is when you find yourself sitting and staring into space and thinking, you need to physically shake your head. Fuck it, I'll get in the shower, I'll do this, I'll go on a walk, I'll do a live, because you spend hours thinking in the past. So lovely, Scott. I've got a little bit left now myself. I'll be here for a few more minutes. I missed that. When was that? We have John. You'll find it on my page if you want to. I know we all haven't got time to go back and see them. Yeah, we done a live yesterday morning, I believe it was. Guys, I feel like a prick. I have a fresh patch there and it's annoying me. Like, I'm obviously high. I get it. But it annoys me that much. Do you get me? I'm annoyed that I'm annoyed, if you know what I mean. Shouldn't be. But that tastes like... not great. Anyway, I don't care. Fuck it. Because there's people here and they might not have any and they don't. Blah, blah, blah. I see, this is what I mean. This one is 22% only. This one is only 22% there. And it's my third one, guys. Now, I haven't been putting a lot in. I've been probably putting half as much as I would have been in when I get looked after with me couple of ounces of flavour and all that. There's still half left. But like, I haven't really been doing big ones, guys. But like, this one, it says it on it there. Where is it? T22, it's up there. 22. Some of the ones just get a much different. Sorry, I'm looking at my dog. But when I go inside and I look at the camera and all, you know, but yeah. Fucking... I ain't walking. So when I come on live, I'm always fucking trying to consider the fact that I'm blessed to have people that are listening to me, that can listen to me during the day, you know what I mean? So I'd have fun with it. Shut up! No one cares about your 125. Yeah. Thanks, Rob. Thanks very much. And also, like, I get that from Jude. I get that from, like, I go onto my YouTube and I get notifications when a lot is put up some comment stuff. It's a part of my life. It's great. I'm not making it up, like, you know. I look forward to it. And I do the same thing every fucking day. I always smoke a few joints and have a shower, come down, tidy up, blah, blah, blah. But tonight the kids are going to the dads. So what usually happens is, guys, right, two things. One is we drop them off and either one of us are in a bad mood, me and my missus, so we come home, she goes upstairs and I stay downstairs. Or the second one is she has a panic attack. Because lately when it's quiet and I'm out in the shed and I'm smoking or I'm down talking to you, or I might be doing something else. So some Wednesdays turn into bad days, even though they're meant to be the good days, because you wait all week, you know, and then you get a little break. But as I said, the more time I spend on YouTube, which she doesn't want to be on, it takes me away from that. So yeah, we'll definitely do another one, Fable. As I said, when you pick the right day, like today's cloudy and all, like I'm not, you know, some days you get a nice drink and you roll the joint, you're out in the garden, you're feeling good. I want to bring Rab on. Rab as well, if you want to come on and tell us your experience of trying to get him off the methadone. You don't have to show your face, like, you just have to be, you can be a voice. You can put up a different name if you want. But it's just conversation, like a radio station, or going to a meeting, or going to a discussion, like a debate, whatever it is, a lecture. But I want to get my recovery life, Carlton, who I didn't realise was so far into recovery, and he talked to me a little bit last night about how he's, you know, I can't remember, he said 12 years off something, or 5 years off, whatever, 12 years away from prison and whatever. But, you know, these are the type of people we can bring on, and you'd be surprised how quick an hour goes when we're all chatting. What's happening, Carlton? I was just adding you in there. Just about to go. But I was just saying, like, these type of slots, I fit Fable in the morning. Judith's always asking people to come on, open a stream out about. He's always free between 6 and 7:30. I'm always free between 8 and 11:30 at night. So it's just finding the right time. But between 10 and 2 most days is a good time to bring people on StreamYard. That's when I'm free. So absolutely, nice one, John, and we'll definitely get you on here, Carlton. Like, this is not something I'm just saying because I've had people want to send me the literature and watch hours and hours of it where we read daily passages, and I've read aloud, or, you know, put my hand up and read, because, you know, sometimes you get a little jumped up, sometimes you don't. But I started my channel off when I started doing lives, doing an hour's meditation, prayer, mindfulness and medication in the mornings, and sometimes I would quote my own. Here's my own book. Here's my own NA book here of all my meat done, like, you know. And I have a lot of quotes written down, which one of them is not blind faith, so I don't have blind faith. Patience, I underlined, you know. See the light come on in people's eyes in recovery. Brave people in recovery rooms. Children will try it on with their parents, obviously we're talking about. Prayer is changing my life, my principles. Make the thoughts louder when positive. Always be mindful of the newcomer. Am I prepared for grief? Remember the pain. We don't ever have to pick up again. All these things, you know. Basic text, page 309 and 18. There you go. What's this one? This one is Serenity Check, Self-Defects. I want to find if I can get one with which page. I always wrote the page at the top. The text. If we did a text. Sometimes I'd write it in down on the bottom. But it's in there, guys. This is all here. Page 172. Acceptance of change. The disease of addiction. There we go. How does your disease speak to you? So these all things are all here. You know. And I have another one in there, a grey book as well, with other ones in it. So, but these are the things, as I said, we're all coming together now more than we ever have before. we all actually are meant to go online and talk. It's great. As Jude said it today, it's great. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. So, Jolene's still in here. Everybody from the bottom of my heart. I said I'll take that torch and say I am cheesy. Drug dealers are not. Let's change the dynamic a little bit. It's interesting. Topic. Growth. Downfalls. This disease of addiction. The prosperity in recovery. The all these things. Not just about smoking of the weed. So a lot of us over here are blessed to be able to consider ourselves medical cannabis patients. A lot of people ain't. So here's the. But I feel really good now going up into my shower thinking there's at least 10 people I can name and 10 people Jude can name that actively want to come on in a 7-day period and speak for an hour, if not more. And it's fucking brilliant. So much more conversation than and respect, love, people being humble, people being graceful. You know what I mean? Fuck it. As I said, I am a bloke. I have a pair of testicles. But I have to say, when did it become feministic qualities to be thoughtful, to be kind, to be patient, to be mindful, to be empathic? In the daily life thing we see all the time, it kind of is. I'm not fucking Gandhi, but we have an opportunity with this, being able to go live and speak and bring people on. And you could be a million miles away from me and I'm speaking to you, shared experiences. Rab, what happened? Hold on. What happened? Missed that, Rab. What's that, Rab, about coming on live? Sorry, no, I missed that, Rab. Rab, hold on. As I said, about watching you guys through the day. So to come on with me, like Fable did, all you have to do is turn on my notifications from my YouTube channel, whatever, and then when I go live, it will come up on my YouTube channel, and then when you see a comment, there'll be a link. You click on the link, and it will invite you to the Zoom. It's like a Zoom call, and I'll press OK, and then you can come on, and before you go on stage, you can go like that with the camera, and you can put it in whatever name you want, and you can pick whatever background you want, whatever you want. But all you have to do is wait for that link to come in when you're looking at the comments like you are now. You click that, and then I can go, look guys, here's Rab, and you can come on. So I swear my man's life, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I say it a lot, and I know Jude does, but when life is happening, it's just not that easy to go. Some people are washed and ready to go now, and you're not. Sometimes you're not washed, ready to go. You don't have your spliff, or the kids are still up, or whatever. I want to talk to all of you. I want to make friends. I want to go visit people, have dinner, just play a game of golf, or whatever the fuck people do that isn't drink, drugs, and crime. That's what I want to do. Strangers are not strangers. So you meet people in nightclubs when they're on drugs and you think you're best friends. I will meet Rab and Jill for a cup of coffee somewhere. I will. Don't give a fuck about no age gap. Don't give a fuck. I want to know how I can live that long. That's tell me something. How do you not snap? I didn't snap yesterday at the kid, but I got very annoyed because the baby, we got dried and dressed, and she was enjoying herself in the corner, and he splashed her and got her soaking wet. She started crying. So I was like, why the fuck do you have to ruin all the effort I put in, and he went upstairs, and she said he was a bit embarrassed, he didn't mean it, and I was like, he did. That the last words you said were, I'm really enjoying this is so relaxing, and then all of a sudden there's tears and screaming. How do you have more patience? I did apologise, somebody apologised to me, but it's like, can we just row and tears and crying and falling? Oh my God. Teach me to have patience. Teach me to have patience. Teach me to understand more the fact that when you're a parent, you have to toughen up. You have to your wants are less than theirs, your needs are less. They get fed before you, they get bathed before you, they get their dinner before you, whatever the fuck it is. Which is fine, I am aware of that fact. But when it's day in, day out, every day for the God knows how long, till the day they say, would you like a cup of tea? Yeah, I'd like a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? And I can give me some, have you got any lemon cake? You know I love lemon cake. Just plain moist one, you know. Thanks darling. Yeah, I'll have a piece of that. Yeah. That's the type of shit. How are you, Aunt Pato? What's happening? I'm smoking on some really awkward. It looks really well. It looks well. I'll show you one more time. But I'm having a bit of a disagreement with it at this moment in time. Some people say I need to put the Boveda pack in it, and then you know what I mean. You know, but maybe I need to do that. I'll show you quick. It's free. It's only half left now. It's called grape gelati. That's what it's called, but it doesn't taste like grape. Tell you that. It smells amazing, looks amazing, but I don't care what anyone says. Eddie, what's up? Is Eddie back in here? Eddie! Steady Eddie. I'm just about to go, guys, because I'm after been doing nearly 2 hours, but people come back in. People keep coming back in. I won't. I don't think I'll be back on, Jolene. Well, I can't. I have to wash myself and pick up a few dishes and change the cat litter and just do the bare basics that people do. Then the baby comes home and goes, I'm hungry. So that's what I have to do. But everybody, I just want to say, you know, because people come and go, you know, and you know, when I go into Jude's and just for instance, and he says, there's Finn in there. How are you doing today, Finn? It makes you feel good. And some people we say, it's only YouTube, but I just don't ever want it to get to the point where someone's tuning in and they're in the background. I don't recognise them. I haven't been commenting. All these things. All cheese. Give me the cheese. But it means something. It means something. It's doing something. We're all getting along. There's no poison yet. There's no backstabbing. Everyone's telling people how to evolve. You know what I mean? I don't need any of that other shit. I don't. And welcome in. You'll get a spanner off me too. And I'm sorry if I don't recognise you as much as I should. Yeah, I will absolutely, Carlton. I will do that myself. Eddie, I'm not doing. I know. Eddie, it's freezing. It's 10 degrees colder. But I'm going to have a shower now, Eddie, and I will plug my PlayStation back in and get your number. I know I said it, blah, 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 blah. But everyone have a fucking wonderful afternoon. But check back. Jude always goes live at 1:30. We're creating a constant stream where we're calling, me and Jude are calling you friends. We don't know yous, we're trying to get to know yous. And we're that people now. We're trying to be that people on YouTube. Let's be friends, let's make friends. Let's have a common objective. Let's get along. And it's working, so fucking... I'll talk to you all soon, right? Because I just have to have a shower and get moving, that's all. And shut up. So, I'll talk to you all soon. Jude will be live soon.